your journey with what you're doing and what God has planned for you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You guys know the deal. I'm going to make sure that everything is working first before we get started. Everyone did not get the message. So I am here with a special live to make sure that everyone does. Okay? It's 2025. We're not wasting any more time doing anything that is not for us, for our greatest good, for our purpose. Okay? So let me just get here, check everything, and make sure that it's all working, because we are not playing any games here at all. So let me see. I don't know. I got one that's kind of questionable. It's kind of questionable. Let's see. Well, for what is working, it all looks good. So I'm going to go ahead and continue. I'm going to go ahead and continue moving. Okay, so today's intention, we're going to start with putting things in perspective. Okay, I want to make sure that everything is really, really put in perspective for you. Now, if you don't know, your beliefs become your thoughts. Okay, that sounds real simple, right? And your thoughts become your words become actions, your actions become your habits, and then your habits become your values, especially if they weren't already instilled and strong in your foundation. And your values become your destiny. That is from Mahatma Gandhi, and I believe that that is true. Our thoughts control a lot of different things. There's a whole ripple effect that we don't even realize is happening. So you really have to be mindful of what your mindset is, where your thoughts are going, where they're coming from, what they're being stimulated by, and where you allow them to manifest, in a sense. You want to be very mindful about that, because if you're not careful, you might be setting up your own traps. I'm just saying, the mind does matter. Can nobody say it does matter? Now, let me take you back, okay, to a time when I was running full speed, doing all the right things, hitting the goals, checking boxes, and I completely felt disconnected inside, right? My days were full, but my heart felt empty. I realized that I was living someone else's version of success, not my own. And when I finally paused for a second and asked myself that, what truly matters to me? Not them, but to me. What truly matters to me? Everything changed. Everything changed. My core values were buried underneath this busyness. And it was like, it's time to dig them up and live my life from here on out. My life, not what they say, what does, your society say, what your family says, what your parents say, what your boss says, just what you say. I was like, you know what? That's what we're going to do from here on out. I'm not wasting any more time. So for those who are new and those who have come here before, welcome to Intentional Tuesdays, a professionals and entrepreneurs weekly refresher for setting intentions and realigning your spirit, okay? To ignite your inner fire, transforming you and your team to pillars of success and torches of inspiration for your organization and your community. Today's intention is aligning actions with core values, all right? Today, we're going to explore how aligning your daily habits, okay, the stuff you do every single day, past brushing your teeth, past dinner, past going to bed, the stuff that you do every single day with your core values, the things that make you you, so that your life reflects not only just who you truly are, not just who the world expects you to be, but who you are. If you ever felt out of sync, like your life looks successful on the outside, but it feels off in the inside, then this conversation is for you. And I'm happy that you're here. Today, we are going to cover why identifying your core values is essential. Okay, very important to living on your purpose. All right. We're also going to cover how your daily actions either reinforce or reject those values. Too often, we don't actually even pay attention to what it is that we're doing to even assess that. And then we're going to give you practical ways to build habits that are rooted in who you truly are. Like I said, it's 2025. There's no sense in wasting time doing something for someone else. So we're not going to do that anymore. Identifying your core values. You cannot align with what you haven't clearly defined. All right. Values are an internal compass and they guide your decisions, they guide your reactions, and how you show up, not just for yourself, but how you show up for others. And it's important. Without them, you're easily swayed by other people's agendas. Okay. And we know that they have them. Folks have their own means, their own agendas, their own just motives. And you want to make sure that you don't get caught up in that. Misalignment creates tension. Okay. Everything that you do, especially when you have not chosen it for yourself, it makes you feel exhausted. Have you ever felt exhausted after making a decision? That's often because your actions they're out of alignment. They're not your truth. You're doing something that was never for you. You might benefit from it. Yes, you may learn from it, but it was not something that was truly coming from you. You were not the source. And your body can feel that. Your spirit can tell when you are doing something that someone else told you to do. When someone else gives you an instruction and you do it, and if it doesn't align with your purpose and it doesn't align with you, you can feel that. That's how you get depressed, anxieties, uncomfortable. Your spirit knows exactly what's going on before you even realize what's going on. So learn to make sure you trust your intuition. First, when you are identifying these things, you have to name them. Okay. You just have to name them to claim them. If you don't know exactly what your values are, then you're not going to make sure that you protect them, let alone make sure that your life aligns with them. Okay. So choose 3 to 5 core values that represent your non-negotiables. All right. Your non-negotiables in your personal life and in leadership. All right. What's a non-negotiable? I'm glad that you asked. A non-negotiable is something that this is not up for grabs. This is not something that we are going to discuss. This is something that I have declared for myself that I need. It's important for my future, my family, for what I determine as success. You need to make sure that you sit still and you do that for yourself. No one else can honor you better than you. But once you honor yourself, others will fall in line as long as you make sure that it's priority. So you have to make sure that you sit still. 3 to 5, okay? Get these values together, figure out what they mean to you, and make sure that they have some weight. Don't just like what I want for Christmas. Now, this is not your Christmas list. This is your lights list. This is your non-negotiables. And you do this at home and at work. When you do this at home, and make sure that your family honors who you are and that you are your best self at home. You do this in leadership because you want to make sure that people take you seriously, that they hear you, that they're going to honor the instructions that they give and they trust you with them. But you want to make sure that the value and the time and the energy that you are putting into other people, that you're getting what you need. Because you're using yourself, you are giving, you are steadily pouring from your cup and making sure that you don't neglect. Yes, to make sure that you don't neglect yourself and your needs, that makes sure that your cup does not run empty. At no point, especially in leadership, should you be allowing your cup to run empty. Okay. So, I mean, I know what you used to, but I already told you we're not doing that no more. We're not doing that no more. Now, you want to ask yourself, what principles am I willing to stand for, even when no one else is watching? That's the first question that you want to ask yourself. Because, like I said, this is something deep. You want to make sure that you show up for yourself, and you want to make sure that you don't waste your time and the rest of your life doing it for someone else. It has to be important. If you're going to work hard, it has to be important to you. Now, another way, just take 5 minutes after this episode, okay? This is how we're going to make sure it gets into the daily habit. Take 5 minutes after this show and write down the moments in your life where you felt the most alive, the most proud, and just excited about what you were doing. What values were you honoring in those moments? 5 minutes. I'm sure you can dedicate 5 minutes to invest in you. Okay. You're here, aren't you? So you're already doing it. You might as well continue. Second, you want to audit your current habits. Now, awareness is the first step to transformation. Like, in the what is it, 12-step programs, you have to actually acknowledge it. It matters. That doesn't just work with alcoholism or any type of drug habit. It happens in your life too. If you don't acknowledge what it is, then how are you going to fix it? How are you going to prevent it? How are you going to secure it? So you want to make sure that you acknowledge what it is. You have to be aware of what you're doing. How else are you going to monitor what you're doing with your time if you're not paying attention to what you're doing? Okay. It's important. Your habits reveal your real values. Look at your calendar, look at your bank statements. Are they aligned with your values? Okay. And are they aligned with the values that you say you actually follow? A lot of times when we are objective and you actually look at your life and you actually ask yourself these true questions, you can find out whether or not you're really matching the person that you say you are. I say who you say you are because it doesn't matter what someone else says about you. If you're not happy with you, that's kind of the point and purpose. So you want to make sure that you are doing what you said you're going to do. And you want to make sure that you are being the person that you said you are. Who you want to be when you grow up, just who you are in this moment. Like, you want to make sure that you are showing up for yourself. So you want to make sure that you ask yourself these questions and then make sure you have honest answers. There's no point in lying in yourself either. I'm just saying, it's just really not. Now, please understand that small actions equals big messages. We are really conditioned to think that it takes a lot of effort to make changes, that it takes such a big routine and plan and schedule before you can actually start to overcome obstacles, before you can start investing in yourself, before you can be that person that you want to be. And that's not true. Small steps lead to big results. Okay. It really actually does. The biggest part is just getting started. You want to organize your thoughts. You want to think about it, right? But getting started is usually the hardest part. And once you do that and you commit to yourself, you continue, you're going to get better results in different increments. Because at one point you're going to get used to it. It's not going to be so new. You're going to get comfortable. You're going to start muscle memory, and you're going to start building on who you are, who you want to be, and your happiness and peace. Think about it. When you went to the job, they trained you on the job and you got good at it, right? That job was for them. What about yourself? Start training yourself to be good at what it is that you actually think is important, things that you actually want for yourself. It's important and you are worth it. Skipping your morning routine, like something really simple like that, ignoring your family dinners, ignoring your family, period. Staying silent in meetings, like not actually speaking what's on your mind, the questions that you have, not making sure that you take the time to answer them or ask them, just to share in general. These daily actions, these signals are who you truly are and what's important to you. It's really showing what you're prioritizing. And you want to make sure that you show up and you're prioritizing the things that hinder your life, that benefit your life, because it's your life. You are you wherever you go. So you might as well take your boundaries with you. Okay. Take the things that's going to make you successful. Take your peace. Keep it with you. Okay. That's how you protect it. First of all, you keep it with you. You don't leave it at home when you get in the car. You take it with you. Then you want to eliminate habits that contradict your values. I mean, really, like I said, are you being who you said you were going to be? Let go of the automatic yes. Too often, we just say yes because we think that we're supposed to, especially when it comes to business, money opportunities, or family and people that we care about. We say yes a lot. Overworking, people pleasing, and really any other habit that's going to keep you in survival mode instead of purpose mode, you want to make sure that you take this time to reevaluate. It's getting rough in these streets for everyone. So you want to make sure that you're covered. You want to make sure that you are getting what you need. You're using your time, and it's your energy and it's your life, and you're not going to get it back. So make it count. One thing that you can do just to make it count, start tracking your habits for 1 week. I know, just 1 week. It's 7 whole days. Let's see how chaotic or organized you already are. First of all, don't go into the week already judging yourself. Like, I know I got to do this. I know I got to do this. No, be objective and actually watch yourself for 7 days. Just see what you're doing. Be curious, not judgmental. Okay. Be kind to yourself. It's important. Now, you want to do it for a week. Because 30 days, we know, after 30 days, that's when habits build. But you can quit way before that. I'm just saying, it's true. We're human and life is busy. So you want to just start off small. Like I said, small changes they do turn to big results. So start off for just the 1 week. Now, highlight the habits that uplift your values. Okay, the things that make you feel good and you just know, like, this is me. And you want to highlight the ones that undermine you, the things that don't make you feel too good, that made you question yourself, things that are easier to identify and they make you just doubt yourself or want to apologize. Like, how did I do that? I need to do better. Highlight them. Like I said, stay objective, not judgmental. At this point, you're trying to see, and you're going to fix it. Everything's a learning opportunity. Stop tripping. So just do it, like I said, open-mindedly. Now, third, creating new daily habits. You want to create new daily habits. And this time you want to make sure that you use your own notes and make sure that they reflect who you are. You've asked yourself the questions. You've paid attention to your habits. You have a better idea now. So there's never too late to change. Take this time in this moment of education to make a new decision, okay? An executive decision about who you are and how you're going to represent yourself and protect yourself, all right? Repetition really, it creates reinforcement. And we're hard-headed, we're stubborn. So you have to do it more than one time. That's just accept it, deal with it. It's the truth. Your habits build your identity. So you want to make sure that you do this over and over again, repetitively, continuously, because why not? You're trying to, it's a lifestyle change. Really, you're trying to do better from here on out. You're trying to grow. You're trying to expand. So why would you quit? Why would you just do it one time and not continue? I think that just makes too much sense, right? It just makes too much sense. So first, start with your intention, not intensity. Like I said, you just took the time to find out who am I and what do I need. So start there. Just make it a point to practice them every single day, to unpractice something that you're doing every single day. Do it intentionally. It doesn't have to be hard. It doesn't have to be so much overwhelmed work. Okay. Just make these little changes so that you can feel better, so that you can see what it's doing. Because people are watching you. And as you're making these subtle changes, they're noticing that your confidence is up. They're noticing that you're calmer, less anxiety. They notice that you kind of smile a little bit. They saw it. They're watching. And it doesn't matter what they watch, but I'm just saying, they'll be able to see it and they'll respond to you differently. Hence how the world kind of conforms around you. Now, you don't have to, like I said, overhaul your whole life. We're just going to start clearing out the closets of our mind and our past. It doesn't have to be that serious. We're just going to start with what you're doing. Just begin with a daily habit, just at least one micro habit, okay, that reflects your values. Like, let me see, like 10 minutes, a 10-minute gratitude walk, okay? You can do this by yourself or a nightly family check-in. Just take some time to do something that you know is highlighting something that's important to you, one of your values, okay? I'm just saying. Second, you want to pair your habit, the new habit, with an existing routine. Now, if you don't have routine already, I suggest you go create one. All right. It's important. It's so busy. And like I said, routines they make sure that what's important to you, you stay on top of. So some type of routine, past brushing your teeth. All right. And going to bed. I'm just saying that's easy. The morning routine. Okay. Nighttime routine. Got it. But do something in between. How do you transition in between your tasks and chores? How do you delegate phone calls, emails? How do you organize your business tasks, home life tasks, social tasks, things of that nature? Like start some type of routine in those other areas, and then make sure you incorporate your new habit that is going to be healthy for you, that reflects your new value. Do it along those lines. So just make sure that you have some type of existing routine, because it's kind of hard to do without an existing routine if you don't already have it. All right. I'm just saying. So, and then you want to say, you want some type of value health. You want to make sure that you just start incorporating these things in different areas. Like if you're a coffee drinker, stretch while you're drinking your coffee. That counts as exercise. It counts as steps and cardio, right? You're getting a 2-for-1. That matters. If you value growth, make sure that you listen to a podcast in the car while you're driving, something hands-free, or look at something that you can study and learn. Start a new course. Do a course. Spend some time on that course. But just make sure that this is something that you want to do. It's important to you. Incorporate it even in small increments. 15 minutes can change your life. I promise you. As well as our attention isn't that long. So 15 minutes a day doing anything that's on your list, guess what? You are moving closer and closer to your goals because it's your list, not homies. Just saying. Now, you want to build in a reflection and celebrate. Okay? Celebrate. Celebrate all your small things. You don't have to necessarily wait till you hit the finish goal that you just actually hit that finish line. Like I got it. I actually reached my goal. There's so many different things that you're going to accomplish along the way. So acknowledge them. Celebrate. Even if it's just, yay, I'm going to take a sip of soda. I'm going to eat a piece of chocolate, whatever. I'm going to buy something for those who like to spend money. I'm going to call, or I'm going to take a walk. I'm going to go outside. I'm going to spend some time by myself. Whatever it is, just celebrate the small accomplishments because it'll keep you motivated and energized, as well as it keeps you assured, what am I doing? And am I actually doing what I said I wanted to do? So it's important. Each day, ask yourself, did I honor my values today? Celebrate, okay? Not looking for perfection, but just celebrate because I'm telling you, it builds your confidence and your trust in yourself. You want to be able to trust yourself. When we don't trust ourselves, no, we're not going to trust other people. That's where some of our trust issues come from. Yes, now there are some people who did something to us and we genuinely just don't trust people because of situations that we've been in. Yes, I get it. But if you can't trust yourself to keep a promise to yourself, to keep what you wanted to do, what you said you were not going to do, yeah, that's kind of why you don't trust other people. Now, a daily affirmation, we're going to do something new. A daily affirmation, something that you can tell yourself that is to help motivate you and get you going, just to get you going during this process. Today, I choose habits that reflect the leader I truly am. Because we're not going to start at the bottom. Let's go ahead and start at the top for who we really are. I choose habits that reflect the leader that I am. Doesn't that just feel good? It just feels good. It doesn't just sound good. It actually feels good. This is what we're doing today, right? 2025, we're not wasting no time. I'm just saying. Now, we're just going to recap everything. And I don't want you to forget this. Now, remember, the clarity of your values, those things that's important to you, that's the foundation of intentional living, okay? You want to audit your habits to discover where you are in alignment, and you want to make sure that you are aware. Am I out of alignment? So that you can fix it. Create small daily routines that reinforce your values and purpose. You know what's for you, so you can't feel guilty. You can't feel bad. It's for you. You're supposed to be there. Now, I want to make sure that you do it. So like I said, go back, rewatch the video, write down, take some notes so that you can make sure that you do this. All right. I encourage you all after this video, after the video, take 10 minutes to name your top three. If I do that, that's 6, right? 3 core values, and then pick one habit that you're going to shift this week. You're just going to shift it a little bit so that you can reflect those values. All right. Like I said, you want to blend in the newness to something you're already doing. And if you don't already have it, then go ahead and take this time to create something new. And then I'm going to double challenge you. Share your new commitment with a friend or somebody in your community group, someone that you trust, so that you can create some type of accountability and encouragement. It's going to help. A lot of times when we say things out loud by ourselves, yeah, it went so far. But if you share with someone else, then they can ask you, well, how is it going? Is everything good? And they can just say, hey, you got it. You did this. And we all like that. It's pretty nice. So share that. For more tips like this, you can follow me on Instagram at _Penny Owens or the United Front Network on Instagram, or you can go on Facebook to Empowerment Over Sacrifice. It's all one word, okay? That's the Facebook page. Just come on, join over there. And I want you to share and invite this with your friends. Anyone that you think could utilize this information, go ahead and give it to them. You have permission. Go ahead and share. Go ahead, okay? You don't need to wait a new year, all right? Because a lot of people do. That's why we come every Tuesday. You don't have to wait till you get a new title, a new position at work. What you waiting for? A new opportunity. You don't have to wait before you are forced to create a new situation where you're going to make sure that you are truly who you are. You can begin right now, and the choice starts with you today, all right? To lead your core, it starts today. Let's go ahead and do it, because I told you, only you can protect yourself better than anyone else. So you make sure you do that. And you want to do this to lead your core, to inspire your team, and to create the life that reflects the real you. The real you, talking to you. The way you do anything is the way you do everything. So let's connect the bridges. Let's keep that. We're going to blind them together. We're going to put them together, bind them together, and keep them from being separate. Home life, work life, I'm telling you, they shouldn't be so different. You should be functioning in a certain way, period, because it's you. You're the one consistent thing. You went everywhere today. I'm just saying. So let today be the day your actions start to reflect who you really are. Now, I am Penny Owens, founder of Penny Owens LLC, a leadership empowerment consultancy where we ignite your inner fire to transform you and your teams into pillars of success and torches of inspiration for your community and your organization. Join us here every Tuesday at 12 noon. Today was special. That's why we're late, because I'm telling you, some of y'all missed it, so I made sure that I come back. But usually it's every Tuesday at 12 noon Central Standard Time. And join us next week. We are going to be discussing, and I'm just going to let you know, because I'm like rolling up the sleeves on y'all. I'm not playing with you. It is time to stop playing. It is time to take yourself seriously, all right? Take your life seriously. It's time to mature, and it's time to go after the things that you've always wanted. It's time now. Stop choosing to allow distractions and temporary reliefs to keep you from your peace and your happiness. So that's what we're going to be tackling next week. And I'm telling you, we're not wasting no time in 2025 and moving forward. Always remember to lead with purpose in your purpose. And I will see you next week on Intentional Tuesdays. Bye. We're going to get this over here. I can't wait. Like I said, we're not playing. So I'm going to see you over there.